Has it cooled down quite a bit up there?
Yeah, it's too cold now.
There's snow in the high country.
I was say I noticing you're wearing a Scotch cap, but it's not. It's nowhere near Scotch cap weather yet here,
Well,
but
hold on.
it's
Look at
Yeah,
Rachel.
it's
Rachel
it's pretty
Bender
cool in the
is,
morning.
she's got a freaking stocking
wow.
cap on.
What time
That
did you
is
wake
cold.
up this morning?
He's in Nevada, so he's not near as cold as what we're
What
at.
time did you wake up this morning?
Oh God.
Yeah. You got a Scotch
Oh,
cap.
let's see. I was
I don't know. He's talking shit.
I was out of bed about 5.
Well, that's what you.
But
It's
it's
5 o'clock.
I don't know. It got down to like 30.
It's in the teens.
What's that,
here
sir?
at 5. It's in the teens at 5.
Oof. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
That's I'm not ready for that.
Bailey's camp gets really goddamn cold. Really goddamn cold.
Well, what's let's go around the circle and kind of everybody introduce. We got on the left. We got Brittany. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we got Casey and Bailey and Rachel.
Yes.
And
All
your
right.
special guest,
Anyway.
Doc Foster.
Doc Foster.
Yeah, he's special
he's
guest.
we're gonna call him Oz. He's oh, perfect. Oh, you can be. I was gonna say you could be like the Wizard of Oz and just like be in the background pulling strings and doing all the. And you guys are up in Wyoming, right?
Yep. Kind of the northwestern part. We're still in the greater Yellowstone area. So, but we're south of the park by quite a ways.
So it's the Upper Green River Basin.
Okay. Okay. And you guys are. What do you guys do up there? I know you're cowboying up there, but like how's that operation all set up?
Well, it's cow punchers, not cowboys.
Oh,
Cow-
he's gonna correct him through it
So-
all.
Cow punchers.
yeah.
So a little history, kind of where it all starts. We're part of the Green River Drift, which is on the National Historic Registry of Historic Places or Events, whatever it is. And there's a whole spiel on HBO, and actually, whether it's good or bad, the 60 Minutes just came out and did a piece on it, so that'll be this winter, next fall. Either way, so there's 5 riders for the entire association, which is made up of 11 ranchers, and we're 4 of the 5 riders, and Doc has been a rider in the past, so.
Oh, right on. Cool. So it's like, so you said there's 5 ranchers?
Nope.
Or 5
There's-
riders, 11 ranches?
Yes.
Huh.
I think the
So-
permit is for 5,300 head, but we don't fill it every year.
That's a big permit.
What are you drinking? Are you drinking whiskey?
That's,
Oh,
no, this is water and brown water.
Jesus did it again.
Right.
Hey, where are you? Where
Yeah,
are you
and so
talking from?
Casey,
Where are you
What's that?
talking from?
I'm in Nevada, Smith Valley,
Okay.
Nevada.
I think we talked about that.
So I'm at the bin camp, and do I get the most cattle?
I think so.
Yeah, I get about 1,600 head of cattle.
Depends how the bears. feel.
Yeah, it depends on how many of the bears push down, but basically, I push them up every day. That's it. They get Brittany calls it fighting the good fight. It sucks. Like literally the predators push them down, and we see the same cow in the same place. We take them back to somewhere different, hoping that they'll stay, and they do not.
Yeah, there there was I don't remember if it was Mackie Hedges' book or it was somebody else, but they're talking about dropping off after weaning, dropping off cows and not shutting the gate, and like the next morning, like the entire herd's right back at the ranch. I imagine it's kind of like that with just pushing
Pretty
cows
much.
up.
Yeah.
I was pretty lucky this year. I wasn't really preyed upon a lot, and it wasn't as bad as it usually has been. And there was days where I didn't have 20 head of cows, but I mean it was pretty easy to manage my pasture because I didn't get nailed near as hard as the girls did.
Yeah. So Brittany,
Yeah.
how many kills did they get off you this year?
So my permit or my part of the pasture system is called Teepee Creek. And historically, the rider before me who'd been there for 12 years, his most had been 12 kills. I had 16 as of a week ago.
And then can you see what was
Holy
yours?
shit!
I had 5.
Bailey?
I had 28.
Oh, you beat me?
Holy fuck!
I have 24, and those are confirmed kills, and so that's what we could find.
Pretty much.
So,
Wow.
and they think that you can find one
Bears or cats or
3.5.
what?
All
Mostly
grizzlies,
Yeah, 99% is grizzly bear.
and then some wolf kills.
So they call it the factor,
Jeez.
which is what Rachel's talking about. And so for every one bear kill confirmed per ranch, out of their total missing unaccounted for, they get paid for 3. And wolves, it's 7.
That's yeah. I'd
You're
say that's a
bitching.
tad bit of a predator problem. just a touch.
But at the end of the day, you have to question yourself whether it's a problem or whether we're setting the table for them. We are taking them where they're at, so you kind of gotta just do some give and take on it. You can't get mad about it. It's just what it is.
And you do
Yeah,
have to look
that's
at
fair.
it. If you wanted to get into kind of an argument with the environmentalists or whatever, they wouldn't agree. But the cattle have played a huge role. I can't talk tonight. Blah. The cattle have played a huge role in the comeback of the grizzly bears. So whatever anybody says, we're feeding the bears.
She's got a pretty damn big point there. The bear will eat a
They
cow so much
said
faster.
early on this spring, I was talking to somebody who talked to the Game and Fish. I don't have any paperwork or links to anything on this number, but I was told that they were hoping to get the bears somewhere in the mid 700s by this spring. They're up to 1,100. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
that's...
we're not hurting for bears.
Now, being that it's in the Yellowstone area, like, do they open that? Do they open that up for hunting? I mean, I know Wyoming's pretty good on hunting, but
for the wolves, yes, they're in the trophy game area, but the grizzlies are still protected. I know that Game and Fish just sent out an article trying to get them delisted finally, but whether we'll get a hunting season or not, we probably won't.
You know what blows my mind?
People like bears for some reason.
What blows my mind is on the legal affidavit you get, it says livestock killed by a trophy game animal. It says that on the affidavit. That's what blows my mind. But I don't know whether they classify a grizzly as a trophy game animal or not, but that's what it says. I mean, don't know if that's something to put out there, but by God, it's truth.
Yeah, I think it is a hunting guy deal.
Yeah, people really are in love with bears. I don't get it, but they sure love the bears and the wolves.
Yeah,
bears are assholes.
I kind of like the wolves. You know, like they're kind of Doc and I last year. Doc was a rider up at Fish Creek last year, and me and him spent probably 2 weeks of just scratching our heads and finding parts. Because they had pups last year, so they were feeding quite a bit of mouths. And man, Doc, you remember that? Man, we were finding nothing but skull caps. We'd find like pieces of leg and tag. And then the one I found one, like a leg that he was chewing on, and we had scared him off. And I'm like, this motherfucker's covered in spit. Oh my god.
Well, and that's part of the reason. So the number for confirmed wolf kills is 7. It's because you don't find them all because they're so hard to find because they eat everything, including the hide, or tear it apart and spread it across miles.
What their deal is all the cubs or all the pups take everything back to their den. You know, there might be 10 pups going back that way, and everything packs everything back, so you'll find it in scattered places.
Yeah. Me and Bailey found a kill, and we were looking around. And like, hey, there's got to be a piece. There's got to be a hide, and then we swore we found the hide, but it was actually a different hide. You remember, right? Like on the across the river, there's one on this like little half an island thing, and then right across in a bog, there's another hide, and I'm like, I was so excited. But it was not the same one because we found a different tag.
That's wild. Those those wolves can really do some damage in a pretty short amount of time. Like it's a big fucking dog.
If we were going 1-on-1, I'd take the wolf any day over the grizzly.
And they have known like even 2 wolves to chase off a grizzly off a carcass.
Witness that.
Really?
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
Well,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm the first person out of the association. So every time there's 2 wolf kills confirmed, the association gets a take permit for 2 wolves, and it's good for 45 days. And out of all, like, since they delisted the wolves, I'm the first person within the association to acquire one on a take permit.
I'm super jealous.
Nice.
You don't need
That's
to call me a
awesome.
hero, but
Wait, what is it?
Wolf killing cow bitch.
Yeah.
Wolf killing cow bitch.
Oh man.
I like it. That's funny.
It's
So,
pretty-
and you got 45 days to fill it?
yes.
While you're looking
Nice.
for remnant cattle.
Any legal weapon?
No.
No.
No, we can't tannerite them.
No, everything's like, you know, if they got it coming, they get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
So on the permit, it says that we can only take them over opportunistic circumstances, which means we have to stumble upon them,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so to speak.
Well, you can.
Whatever story you tell them,
So
should
I-
be fine, right?
That's what it says on
That's
the.
why Zach
Yeah.
took it off when I set that kill out in front of my horse. Oh,
yeah, that might be that.
I mean,
might be a little bit.
I've stumbled upon crazier shit than a wolf before, so
Well, you work with a lot of Holsteins.
anything's possible. Well, I mean, through Christ, anything is possible.
Man, this guy sees more Holsteins than a dairy
Oh, I know,
farm.
goddamn Holsteins. Oh, God.
Oh,
They're worse than a bad dog.
they're awful.
He's right.
See, I get nothing but Holsteins and ball and calves, which might as well be Holsteins
Then
at
you
that
don't
point.
goddamn-
So
all right. I won't talk any more shit. When I was questioning you, I was like, but now I know.
He gets to rope.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
he's been around Holsteins, he knows bovine behavior.
I don't know if you'd call that.
Bovine behavior.
yeah,
Oh, them some bitches. You gotta try
It's,
to draw a head a day more for them bastards.
Well, just for the putting the
Because
thing
they
back
tear
together.
shit up.
How many bump
Oh, they-
pins do you guys go through?
a lot. I mean,
A
there.
lot.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a set amount per year, but there's
Hey Doc,
You can
there's
see
a
'em
cop
like in-
pulling up in your front. Oh, you guys are parked all fucked
Oh,
up. Go fix
shit.
your trucks.
what you gonna do?
Go
What you
fix your
gonna
trucks.
do?
All right.
Oh man,
With their
musical
fuck.
interlude.
Sorry, guys.
Oh
We can
man,
entertain, I guess.
hillbillies.
Hey,
Yeah, these guys are parked all fucked up in the road. Oh, this is funny. They're double parked.
I wanna see somebody get arrested.
Hey, can you point the camera out the window?
Somebody pull a gun.
I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there we go. We got lights.
Oh, there we got the cherries. Man.
And they're two flatheads.
Must be a busy night.
Are they getting
Must
tickets?
be
I
a
don't
busy
know.
night.
The cops talking to me in a real official manner.
Uh-oh. Well.
Huh. It'd been a lot cooler if they'd done something besides park.
I know, right?
Are they parked like real assholes though?
No, I think Bailey's like parked one tire on the wrong side and
I think they're all both fucked up. They're supposed to park long ways and they're parked straight in. The shitty part is we can open dock space so we can both pull up.
oh yeah. Here. Maybe I can take it out. I don't know if the cops are gonna yell at me for this or what.
Busy night of crime up in Wyoming.
And this week on cops.
That's great.
Bad boys.
we're just
Bad
fixing
boys.
it. Oops.
Oh, this is great.
Oh,
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you
See, this is
I hope
what
she hits
happens.
gonna Backs into the cop.
This is what happens when cow camp riders come into town. We
Yeah,
don't
we're
even
not
know how to
used to
park.
This is great. Did they berate you? Or was it just her because she's parked off like that?
Boy, just some real bloodthirsty shit happening. Over.
Oh yeah.
This is great. I'm really enjoying and appreciating this tonight.
Well,
Especially while we're on a.
Thank you for protecting and serving, officer.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
God.
I feel safer now.
As soon as I seen the cop,
I feel
was
safer
like,
now.
I know that. You guys need to get the fuck outside before they come up to the house.
well, I'm sure Rachel will be right back.
What? I asked her if I needed because you're sticking out in the middle of the road. I said no. Like a little bit, but it's like, no, you're fine.
You're sticking out in the middle of the road because we're just like way out there.
Way out, like the road, way out there.
I wonder how many people called on her
She
like,
said somebody almost hit her.
really?
Shoot.
I love it, man.
See,
Oh, man.
I'd be fine with like having a just like parked like an asshole ticket. Like I think everybody can agree with that. Like when you see something, you're like, oh, you're parked like an asshole.
But there's still
Give 'em a
somebody out
ticket.
there, like, flashing the lights. I don't know.
Oh no, they're blocking the road so that she can. Wait, what are they doing?
She just wanted me to move my pickup to park like a jackass.
You kind of did. Why are they still sitting there? They're making us nervous.
She took my driver's license and ran it, and I guess I'm good. So.
Well, you're still here.
No
Good
warrants.
thing-
Nothing else.
Damn it.
I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
Can't go
I
out
was
there.
hoping for a shootout, but
I know,
Yeah.
right in the middle of town.
Wait a minute, none of us got our guns.
I'm glad she didn't
Bailey's
want to go
packing
in the
it in the
pickup.
holster.
I have like my wood hunting setup in there, and
this
we all got knives
my
though.
registered
I mean, this was
firearms.
your
Actually, no.
I
this
don't.
was
Oh,
Wyoming's
shit.
one chance at doing something cool. And no,
You know what?
Can't even
That
get
would
one
definitely been in
shootout.
the papers. Cow camp riders have to shoot out with police. Nobody hit shit. Bear,
Hey,
It-
bear
it's just
spray.
it's like a
Bear spray was deployed.
Oh, yeah.
it's like a Trailer Park Boys episode, just
Oh man,
ducking over cars, shooting.
Yeah.
hey, that's a fucking nice kitty. Anyway, so we still gotta explain Bailey's camp and Rachel's camp because they're like it's fucked up.
Yeah,
Our
let's-
camps are so much different.
Yeah.
Like man, you wouldn't believe the terrain difference. Like my camp is straight up, and the only reason they put up with my bullshit is because I'm the only one that likes climbing the hill.
Yeah.
Well, but you have 1,000 feet in elevation
Yeah.
difference between your camp and the top of your pasture.
Yeah, like, literally, like it takes like in what is that, 3 miles maybe? What did it? We GPSed it one day. How far is it from my camp to your camp?
Like 10 miles.
So
Well,
probably
like
Like
Seven,
in
maybe.
3 miles, I climb 1,000 feet in elevation, and trying to push cattle up that is like trying to push a drunk fat bitch up a set of stairs. That's it. That's the only way I can explain that shit. It's hard. You can get it done, but you need a lot of dogs. There's a lot of barking. Somebody needs a drink. You know, it's the whole thing.
It's great.
All right, explain your
Yeah, I
passion,
bet.
diversity of that shit. That's some crazy shit.
Like what?
All right, the quiet one's gonna have trouble talking.
Like what?
Okay.
Explain
Just
what
no,
your camp
all right.
is.
Explain your camp, your ride, like.
It's like 54 square miles. Lots of pine.
No
Just a
cross
little
fences.
little feller.
It's just a little one.
Nice.
There's no, it's just one gigantic pasture. Is what it is.
Cool.
Can't ride it in one
How
day.
many heads on that?
So she gets the cattle. I have cows for half the time, and she has the cattle for the other half. And I will ride over in between and help her. But she has the same amount of head. This year I had 1,600, somewhere around there.
Nice.
It's quite a bit of cows.
And
Spread out over her pasture, they're fucking everywhere, man.
now, are those are they like fall calvers, or is they got a calf on them?
Well, not intentionally anyway. We've calved a few out here. Yeah, unless there's millers. Yeah. But no, it's mostly spring calves and a lot of yearlings and dry cows.
And yeah, let's put the dry cows.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put the dry cows in very big parentheses because last year Brittany and I stumbled upon our first one that had a calf, and she's like, "There's something wrong with that cow," and I was like, "Yeah, it had a calf." And she's like, "No way!" And I go, "Yeah, let's follow her around." So for about half an hour, like dumbasses, we're following this fucking cow around, and finally, in a sagebrush, here's this little white face fucker, and he was mean.
Yeah.
God damn, he was.
Like trying to take our horses and whatever.
It was great. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He was a
just
survivor.
tough guy.
And I will say he made it out of the gate when we opened the gates for the cows to go home.
And
so
he
his
came as a
job was
yearling.
done.
Mike told me he came as a yearling this year. It was full circle, man.
That's funny.
Rachel.
So what's the grazing season? What like when you move up there about May?
So, all right. So Bailey and I had the honor. So, okay.
I love the honor.
Yeah. The cows come off the ranches and all of them go onto a BLM permit. Some of the ranches have a different BLM permit, but the majority of the ranches go on what they call the Mesa. And Bailey and I were the two riders out there. So they go out about May 8th, 9th, something right there. And then they'll leave the Mesa and start trailing north about the 10th or so of June. And they'll go to the mountains. And then grazing season up on the mountain. We open the gates for the cows to start trailing home on the 26th of last month. So about then.
Right on. So 60 days.
Altogether, it's about 5 months. Well, they start trailing home, yeah, but I think we've got to be cleaned off of the Forest Service by the 13th of October because the ranchers are going to come up and ride the river bottom, and the river bottom's the last pasture, and all of our cows go onto the river bottom and then leave the forest. So I guess it's till October.
Oh, okay.
Arbitrary.
I see. Right on. And where are these ranches located? They all like kind of close thereby, or?
Most of those guys trail home. A lot of them from the sorting pens.
So part of the National Historic Registry deal is there's lanes along the highway, all the way from the Forest Service, along the highway, all the way down to the bottom. So my stepdad's one of the ranchers, and his ranch is the farthest south that they go, and it's 60 miles one direction.
Okay. So but most of the ranches are there pretty, relatively close to that
Yeah, I think
permit.
the closest one is probably like 15, 20 miles, because I think it'd be Murdoch's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think. Close.
Yeah.
We go, oh, hey, it's over that hill.
So,
okay.
So like when you're moving off the mountain, are you just kind of like sorting by owner as you go, or how's that setup work?
So there's two cutting grounds. There's the upper cutting ground and then the lower, and they're just pretty much drift fences.
Mm-hmm.
And the cows hit that fence, and the ranchers go and gather. When the cows are coming hard, they gather about every day. And they've got some corrals over there, and they sort. And then the lower ranchers' cattle they send south, and those cows will trail down, and the lower drift fence will catch them, and they'll sort them down there. So we just pick stuff out of the trees and willows.
Huh.
And hunt
Okay.
bulls. We fucking like the bulls. I fucking hate bulls.
Amen.
Hey, if you hate bulls, raise your
Yeah,
hand.
bulls are terrible.
Yeah. Like straight up. I tied one to a tree last year. Like because I kept losing him, and I finally got a shot at him, and I was like, you know what? You might get eaten by a bear, but by God, I'm gonna know where you're at in the morning. And I tied this fucker's horns to a damn aspen tree with a tie string, and I just was like, if it breaks, it breaks, but I'm trying. And I turned that son bitch loose the next morning, and by God, if he didn't think that road down the road was just awesome, he went right straight down that son of a bitch. He never even tried for the brush. Didn't even come out of a trot till he hit the open.
That's funny. Yeah.
And Rachel
Educated man.
I don't know if it was that. I just got lucky, and he probably was tired of me fucking with him. I'm gonna just call it. But I'm gonna hope it was luck, but that was skill, man.
On which one?
The bull. He knew where he was going.
Sounds. It's your lie. You believe it how you want to.
I'd tell you his weight, but man, I couldn't even have guessed at it.
Well, Rachel's over at the Mosquito Lake camp.
And so I have just over 1,000 head, except for that one time I had also 500 of Bailey's cows. So
it's all right. We need to burn that place down for a minute.
That pasture's real grazed, like
that pasture was murdered.
Grazing efficiency.
That pasture was murdered.
And so my camp's pretty easy. They move kind of in a circle, 3-4 different pastures, and I kind of for a while was having the most trouble with bears. I was having to kill a day, and the cows just ping pong off your pasture at that point, and it really makes for a lot of work. So you got to move solid 800 head every day somewhere someone's baby just got murdered and they don't really want to go there.
That's the best way to put it. That's the best way.
So it's just not super ideal. And then I quit leaving, like if it's real foggy in the morning. I got real tired. I came up one morning on a grizzly bear the size, I thought it was a mama cow. Until it started coming towards me.
Oh shit.
It was not.
Oh my God, you guys need to tell a little bit of your experiences. Who's had the closer encounter between you two?
Bailey's is totally the best. You should hear Bailey's bear story.
So I went out to check. I had some crows out and I could hear them from my camp, so I started going after them. Well, I walked up on the kill and my dog chased off a bear right off the bat. Well, I went back to my camp and called it in. Well, went back to take pictures of the hide of the holes and everything, and I had 2 of my border collies on it. They were chowing down on it and was off my horse. Well, I was riding a horse for one of the ranchers and had a ran in my hand. She kind of pulled my arm back. Well, I looked at her and she started flipping her shit and was hellbound for home. Well, I turned around and picked up my head and there's a grizzly bear running at me at 100 yards from me. And I was racing, trying to get on my horse, and she wasn't having it, and went to grab my pistol, and I decided, well, I'll just stick the dogs on him. Luckily, that bear just turned around, and my dog was on its ass all the way out the meadow.
Shit.
It wasn't the
crazy.
adrenaline rush I really wanted that morning, but
I'll tell you what.
How long were you shaking afterwards?
for quite a while.
Do you get that copper taste in your mouth?
I imagine.
You guys ever got
No.
that? Man, it's fucking weird. I'm a weird motherfucker, I guess. Yeah.
What
I
was
guess
your
so.
story, Rachel?
My worst one was just that big bear, and that was it. That's the only time my blood has ever run completely cold in my veins, though. That was
Man.
not cool. I got on the radio and they said there's an extremely large bear on a kill. And
I heard that. I heard that.
They sent a guy up. They said, well, we're going to send someone up. I said, that's great because I ain't fucking going back till someone tells me it's gone. And it's hard too. So, like, my cows come off the mesa last. And I don't know if that's where I got hit the hardest. So I get like the weakest and sickest stuff to begin with. And it was just like every day. Like, oh.
Sorry, we're looking at X.
But in general, it's hard because, you know, they, like, I'll make circles through my pasture, and when I had a pasture, I'd kind of make, like, clover
I wonder
leaves
if they
through
got
it.
beer
And you
guy
come
that
back over your
does
tracks from
it.
that morning, and there's 2 sets of grizzly
DoorDash?
tracks on yours, and you're like, my hell, they are following me.
It is beer DoorDash.
Shit.
So they're pretty thick.
So, did you say there's 1,100 grizzlies up there?
In
Is that
the
what
greater
you guys said earlier?
Yellowstone area. So it's not just like where our cows are at, but it's like from outside of the park.
Yeah.
The greater Yellowstone area is the only,
that's
only place that bears die of old age.
Yeah.
Like we trapped one last year and I was very lucky to be able to see this. I was actually looking for this deer and I couldn't find him. Well, I happened to see this fine but I just happened to look over and there's the game and fish guy. Well, he was processing the bear they had caught.
And
it was,
I have to preface this. I was at Mosquito Lake the last 2 years, and this bear they caught off of one of my cows.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's where they got it. Well, it was pretty cool, and I got to.
And not to catch bigger fish.
Oh,
I can show you a sow that's got a cub that's 25 years old. Sows don't live that long ever.
So
yeah,
this
crazy.
bear that Casey was talking about, he was
35.
34.
Yeah,
he's 34. I'll send you a picture of his mouth.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
So they did
it was all posted public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a article in the Jackson Hole paper, and they made us sound horrible, like we killed some ancient bear that was tradition in the. Anyways,
We called him
Dumb.
Slim Shady.
No, fuck.
he
because
was
he was-
dying of starvation.
Yeah.
You
Well,
killed
and poor old
the-
boy. More
the
than
old spirit of the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, more than anything, the poor old boy that had to put him down has been around him a long time, and he knew about the bear. And he didn't want to do it more than anybody, and he even caught hell from his parents.
Man, he caught hell all online.
Yeah,
over
and
it.
he did the bear a favor about what he did.
The
A
teeth.
bigger bear would have killed him.
Yeah.
Oh,
The teeth were so filed down, they were pretty much flat. So he was almost gumming everything.
Yeah.
I had a walking wounded
That's
calf
crazy.
from him, and he had bit him on the withers, and he didn't have any teeth to puncture and grip with. Therefore, when he bit this calf on the withers, all the meat had to go somewhere, so it exploded out of the top.
Here, I just sent
Oh,
you.
fuck.
I just sent you
Like
some
a
pictures
big
on.
pimple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much in the shape of a mouth. Yeah.
So I just sent
That's
you pictures. Well, one's of his teeth and the other one's a claw, but that's him. That's the one. He was 34 years old, and the way they identified him was off of a tattoo that they'd done inside his lip, and he was number
Holy
like
shit.
86.
All
I
right,
can't
dude.
remember. Yeah.
Oh,
This is a
I don't know.
sow.
I don't know what.
I was trying to
I
talk.
don't know where I got to put this phone
Send it.
because I don't.
Here,
do this-
send-
I
here.
don't do this kind of
Here,
computer shit.
here.
Here,
it
why don't you
won't-
send it to Casey?
Yeah, send it to
No,
me.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
it's in.
it on my goddamn computer.
Well, they
See
can't
that?
see it. They can't see it, dog.
Yeah, I can't.
So send it to me and I'll send it to them.
Well, that's an old sow
No.
that's 25 years old that we pried lips on, and they relocated her and her cub, and they were back 3 days later. So how do you like disturb their environment and control what they're supposed to do?
Yeah.
So, and I mean,
Man, that's a
Yeah.
for the bears, we work so closely with the game and fish. Like, they're our best friends if they're nice enough to be friends. During the summer, it seems like.
It seems like.
I had to joke my very first summer. I joked to my boyfriend, yeah, I talk to the bear guy more than I do to you.
Yeah.
But we've got to just work with
Doc,
them so close. And the bears,
that nasty stuff over there.
if it's a first
Rachel,
time
let's drink a little hard stuff.
getting caught, they will take them, they will transport them twice. And on the third time of them getting caught, then they'll be euthanized.
You're right over there.
So they got a 3 strikes and you're out rule on the bears.
Yeah, that's just to give them a chance. But the bears always come back. You can take them all the way up to Cody, and they'll be back in a couple weeks or less.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, or the part of the relocation program that's weird to me is they bring them from somewhere with cows for eating cows to somewhere with cows.
Yeah.
They can't take them far enough out of, there's no more wilderness area anymore. So it seems like a kind of a waste of funding.
And I mean, our cows don't go everywhere. There's plenty enough places in the mountains for the bears to be where they're not in conflict, but they choose to be with the cattle.
There's no slow-moving bricks of meat there.
No.
Okay, let's talk about a relocation program. There's other states we can relocate these where there's habitat they can go
California?
to.
Yeah.
Colorado. California has the bear on their flag. She's right. Why can't we relocate it there? They have habitat for these bears.
Oh, but it's
If they
burning up
want to
right
learn
now.
how to manage bears, this is how they have to do it. We have to relocate them there, and they have to understand how to deal with them. Colorado has habitat for it. For every 10,000 Colorados
Portland.
that come here,
I think
we gotta ship a
Portland.
grizzly bear there.
Let's ship a bunch of grizzlies to Portland, and they can live with they can live with those people.
Indian affairs.
They'll be one hand in hand. It'll be beautiful.
No, dude, I'm not being facetious or condescending. I'm serious.
No, I'm 100% serious about this.
Yeah, if they want to learn how to manage bears, this girl right here, she's right. Send them to their country.
Yeah.
Let them learn how to manage their bears when they were there. They've got.
And think of what a good TV show that would be. Bears in Portland. I would watch the fuck out of that show.
Yeah. Can we call? We'll put a camera on it.
Can we do it?
We'll call it Bear Cam. Operation Bear.
Bears in Portland.
Fuck, put a chest cam on them so when they rear up to maul somebody, they can totally see the face.
No, dude. There's only
vegan bears in Portland.
Bears in Portland.
Give them bumper stickers.
Yeah, dude.
How about bears in Colorado?
Coming up next after Science Squatch, bears in Portland.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we might need the Science Squatch to help us pull this one off. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
But
So
my whole point is.
Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
You're
Wait,
still on.
my whole point is the only way to get these people to understand how to manage bears is to put them in their backyards. I'm not being facetious.
yeah.
About relocating bears, but the only way they're going to learn how to manage bears is to have them in their backyard, and they've got habitat to manage those things. So why don't they have
dogs to eat?
It can happen. Don't come to our country to look at bears. Stay
Well,
in your own country.
Man, but that's how Wyoming makes its money. It's tourism.
Well, I don't give a fuck about money. Money's not part of the equation. Money's not part of the equation.
It is when you come to this.
It's
Well,
not.
no, it between us, it's not.
Dude.
But
You know how rich Western Wyoming is.
it's big.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's wrapped.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, he knows Georgie.
Oh yeah.
Since
Yeah.
he was a teenager. Yeah.
No
the
shit.
Best, the best damn sale
he's my
barn
buddy
in
from
North
college.
America.
You went to college at Georgia?
Best goddamn sale barn in North America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived on the same hall in the dorms.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine.
He's a good part of mine, but
Yeah,
actually his dad and I are better friends than him and I are. His dad's a good bastard.
I've only been around him a couple times, but I liked him. He was fun.
Oh yeah,
George
John.
is a wild man, or used to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's got a hot wife.
Hey.
So George and a boss of ours, Eamon, pretty good buddies there in Bags. And when we would go to this thing called the Bags Ball, and we would watch Eamon and George talk, and we had this game of whatever Eamon started doing the tomahawk, like when he's talking to George, like when they start doing this stuff, you take a drink. And when his wife rolls his eyes, you chug your beer. Like, it was a good game. It was a pretty good game, and we got pretty drunk watching that.
Yeah. I haven't met George. Or I haven't been around George since he's been all domesticated and shit. I knew Raftopoulos in the wild back in the college days. That was a fun Raftopoulos.
Is that what they call marriage these days? Domestication?
Something like that. Something like that. George is all big time now. He's got a sale barn and shit, and he's doing big things.
Hey, wait, is it Matt? Aren't you ordained?
Yeah.
I am ordained.
He can marry people. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, Bailey and Casey.
It's been about 20 years. We're married by Matt. God, she's giving me a side eye.
So, the biggest
I've done 2 of them
romance
so
of the
far.
summer.
Oh fuck! You're gonna make her turn fucking stop sign red. But do it. I want to see it.
Oh man.
Oh,
This is the
Man.
days of our lives.
it really is.
Woo!
Well, seriously, like, so Brittany kept asking Bailey, "Is Casey annoying you?"
Okay, so Casey and I have been friends for quite a while, and he's like my brother. And so I knew on the Mesa, before Casey ever got up there, I knew that was going to happen, or at least Casey was going to chase Bailey. And I was right. I just didn't think that she reciprocated.
We're both surprised. It's all right. She's like, all she's got to do is give me a look and be quiet. But like, seriously, she makes me uncomfortable. Be like, I'm fucked up, and she ain't gonna say a word. I'm just like, she's telling me to be quiet, and all she's doing is looking at me.
It is just cuter than pig shit.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Fuck you, Matt.
Well, good for you, buddy. I'm happy
above
for
my
you.
station
Cheers.
now. I give the golf clap for myself.
There you go. There you go. Outkicked your
Like,
coverage.
Man, she's handier than I could ever dream to be at 21. Like, fuck, I could not do this job at 21. And by the way, I'm 33, and I'm
That's awesome.
badass for that.
Because your girlfriend is young. She's like, just throwing that out there.
I
Y'all can count.
get to keep her longer.
See,
She's
you're not
taking
in
out
like
life
that old
insurance
man
on ya.
stage yet, though.
Motherfucker.
You're not in the old man stage where I don't know, but like not 33, because I don't feel like I'm in the old man stage, and I'm 35. So I think at that point it's like borderline. You're just like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
He says,
I don't know if it's like cradle ropping a little bit, little.
You know what? I
mean,
will say,
more power to you.
You know, maybe 4 years ago I would have got put in cuffs, but that was 4 years ago, man.
No, it's So, I guess that's not.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't?
What was that, Matt?
Is that a 12-year difference then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, well, he's over there with his pen and paper, and he's like, "This son of a bitch." Right. Oh man, I'm telling you straight up, I'm scared of her dad. Like, I haven't even met him, but I'm like scared to meet him. He don't give a fuck about
That's really good.
about the age difference, but he just doesn't want me to be an asshole who treats his daughter like shit.
Well, so don't be one. Here's my advice: don't be an asshole.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she'll kick his fucking ass.
I'm pretty sure she would too, man.
Probably
In a
fine.
fight, my money's going on Bailey.
I'd curl up in the fetal position.
See?
Well, I mean, that's kind of why, but I'm the only man.
Well, I know, like, if you don't want to get your ass kicked in a fight with a dude, you strip down naked and like, come on, bro. Nobody wants to fight the naked guy. How well would that work with the women? Like,
she would kick me in the nuts.
I think it's pretty universal, ain't it?
Really, I'm gonna tell you,
but like,
we're
I
either
think that
fighting or
method
fucking,
works.
and I'm tired of arguing.
How did that work?
No, I took a strut. I can't. It was an inopportune time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was hoping maybe we'd get one on the books for mankind, but no.
No, I mean the shotgun.
It's all right. You disappointed the entire.
So my question is like Stace breaking her down
but
shotgun style. That's a
right.
side by side, but breaking her down over and under style. That's more like it.
Wow.
Well,
no,
what if they're Asian?
Huh?
What if they're Asian?
Oh, fuck. Do they even have that?
Didn't you know that Asian women? No, but their vaginas are sideways.
Oh, God. I never
Everybody
thought
knows
of that.
I've got an Asian friend.
Give me that beer with me. She's probably not going to get a drink.
She was actually like found in a rice paddy in China, and then her parents over here in Wyoming adopted her. And I will tell you, she's the whitest person I know, and she definitely has one kid and one on the way.
Found in a rice paddy and came to Wyoming.
Literally.
I don't know what.
Does she have a sideways vagina? That's the
I can
real
attest
question.
to that.
Did you go to school with her?
Damn it! What
You
good are
failed.
you then?
You failed. You're in the locker room.
Failure. We
You're a
needed
No, I
to
went
know
to
this
college.
for mankind,
Not that school.
for
Okay.
scientific research.
I feel like the science squad should be called for that.
Anyway, they can't see your ass.
That's fine. Nobody needs to see me.
No, you're pretty. It's okay.
No. But now we can't see Rachel. See? It's fine. Anyway.
I don't.
But there's a
I
good
don't know if
medium. You can see
anybody has
both your arms.
developed a science squad call yet, but I would be intrigued.
Talk out or chasing
I don't know what a science squatch call would sound like, but
Hey, are you out there looking for your cat?
Oh no.
Well, I thought you were out
Are
there.
the cops back?
did anybody see any bigger up there?
Any
What?
beaver?
Bigfoot?
Anybody see any Bigfoot?
Man,
I
so
have.
Oh yeah.
our fishing
yeah,
game.
I have. Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be
shit.
nice, son.
Took his
Yes.
boot off.
I have coffee with Bigfoot's old lady every morning.
God.
Nobody ever heard of Bigfoot's old lady. It's just Bigfoot. Well, I have coffee with her. Yeah, take that, your fucking pipe smoking.
fucking love dogs.
Is she hot?
Is Bigfoot?
She's like a Jew woman, pretty bushy.
No.
Oh my god.
Just real hairy tits. Wasn't for all the hair on her tits, she might be okay.
My god.
Hey, my dog's Prince right here. Have you seen my dog?
Oh fucking. It rained and his dog was asleep on the patio, so it made the cop outline of him.
Yeah, cop might have got my dog.
The cop's got his dog.
It was the ATF that pulled up.
If it was
Man.
the ATF, none of us
They'll
would be sitting
shoot.
here.
Yeah, if it was, nah, Bailey'd be like, bye guys.
Yeah.
Bailey's the cleanest one of us all.
Hey!
Okay, Brittany's pretty squeaky herself. But Rachel and I, we've been around the block.
Whoa!
I'm sorry, I'm throwing you out there.
Just because I'm the oldest. doesn't mean-
Bitch, I've rode with you. I've heard these stories. Don't you bullshit me.
Whip.
You know you're really a cowboy out on range riding together when you know a lot about the person you're riding with that you never needed to know.
Man, there's been times riding with Rachel that I've been like, fuck, I ain't never done that before.
That's the only way I can get you to stop talking about yourself. Hey, man, you're my hero.
Okay, that was a pretty good burn. But I'm pretty awesome just to
You know, you told us.
Good. I'm glad
I want my dog.
I'm glad you listened. That means you listen. That means you care.
I'm all like, hey, I got some wolves to doctor. He's like, how many? I'm like, 5. So we do 2, and he's like, well, I gotta go see Bailey.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Well, if you wouldn't have pissed off the black bull so much, man, I think there's a difference between I think your average person could rope a Hereford herd bull and get him laid down and doctor him without getting in too much trouble. But them black motherfuckers, and we're talking about the bulls here, they take oxygen deprivation very fucking personal. You can choke a Hereford like there's no tomorrow. The Scottish in him is like, oh, it's okay, laddie. And the black and the other one's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, yeah, you can't choke a black bull like you can a Hereford bull. Seriously. But catch them all by the feet, piss them all off.
Yeah. Yeah, and then whip him in the dick for good.
Yeah.
Don't rope nothing around the neck.
Rachel and I doctored them too. And by the time we were done with that black bull, I was like, seriously, like my horse was like, fucking hate all of you. The bull was like, I'm gonna kill all of you. Rachel's like, my hands are hot. I can't even remember which horse you were riding.
The little one.
Your little dun horse?
Yeah, like, she's tough.
She's tough, little bitch.
Yeah, and then we got done. And he's like, how was that bull? Like 3 days later, I'm like, I just see his ear tag. Just in the willow.
He's like, I'm a hiding motherfucker. You guys fucked my life up.
Fucking hurt his feelings real bad.
Oh, God.
I forgot his foot.
Brittany's got one down there in the willows, and I'm
Just
like,
went and put it in the willows.
Sure, Brittany's got one down the willows, and I'm sitting over here going,
Well, you can come and help me anytime
I'm
you
gonna
want,
come-
but it's a long ride over there.
it was raining this morning. It's going to rain tomorrow. It's probably going to rain the next day. Oh, shit. One of these. God, he pops them out of nowhere. Man, not all heroes wear capes. Some of them tuck their boots in and wear fucking cowboy hats. Oh, fuck. So what's some other shit you want to know, Matt?
So what was the wildest shit that what's the wildest shit that happened this summer outside of the Grizzlies? Is it mostly just Grizzlies?
Oh.
Ask him if he wants it on video.
Yeah, you were on video. I don't fucking know. Like it's a pretty spread out thing, man. Like the only cool thing that's happened to me happened last year. I didn't get any cool grizzly encounters. I seen one on a 4-wheeler and I went chasing it down on foot. The motherfucker ran. That's about it. But like I just was pissed. That
Yeah.
he was even big. No, I last year I was riding down the road and there was a bunch of crows. I told both y'all this story. It's like riding down the road and there's crows. And it was like a fucking horror movie. Like seriously, like it's all crows. Yeah, the bird call, like the crows cawing, and you're like, I am somewhere I should not be. Like, have you guys ever felt that with all them crows? Like, this is very fucking creepy. I don't like it. Well, I'm a pussy, evidently.
I covered that previously.
Well, I'm glad you reiterated the fact.
Okay, if the crows are there,
There's something dead, but I go ducking under.
Whoa.
Gosh.
If the crows are there, there's no bears there.
No, you're a lying sucker.
If the bears are there, the crows are
No.
10, 20 feet away.
Yeah, but they're around. But I go
When you
ducking
got
under the
crows
trees.
on something, there's no bears.
No, all right, you got a point there. But I'd go ducking under the trees, and I'm on my tallest horse. And I could see the carcass, but we'd had them 2 kills on the bogs. You remember the bogs along the road? Where there's the 2 kills, and then I had a kill right on the other side of the road from it. Well, there's a road we call the loop road. And I'm walking down the loop road, smoking and drinking, being a badass. Going down, and I go ducking under the trees, and not thinking anything is on it because my dogs haven't gone off yet, because they go off pretty quick around a bear. And I go ducking under the trees on this tall horse, and I look, and there's 3 sets of ears eating on this, and one goes one way, 2 goes the other way. Dogs go ballistic. Horse decides he does not like where he's at, and that was probably the closest encounter. And I mean, it was like the horse was having to get out of the way of the bears. And that was like, I was like, yeah. And that was in the trees, and I was on cruise, and this was a year ago when he was retarded.
And you didn't rope him?
So I can tell you for a fact
you didn't
that,
rope
that a
single
black
one of
bear
them.
cannot outrun a horse, but a
damn it,
grizzly bear
Casey.
can. A grizzly bear can outrun a horse. A black bear cannot.
You should.
Oh.
You had him right there.
No, man, like, I talk too much as it is. And if I roped something, I'd have to tell somebody about it, and somebody else would tell somebody else. So I just don't do it. So therefore I have nothing to tell
Yeah,
about.
he does.
Well, besides your bear.
Well, it'd have been a lot cooler if you did.
You can Matthew McConaughey me all you want. All right.
Well, how were the cattle? Are the cattle pretty wild, or are they all right to work with?
They're pretty good.
I mean, bulls
Couple
are always
irons, they'll
assholes.
eat your dogs.
They're whores.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A lot of whores in this club, right?
Yeah.
Horse in this house.
All right. Sorry. What else do you listen to when you're chasing evil cows but WAP?
Yeah.
Well,
You've
yeah.
never listened to WAP? Okay. Sorry, I guess I'm.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We will educate you.
Oh,
Do you know,
God.
baby?
We do this all the time.
Bring a bucket
Yes.
and a mop.
Yep.
Wow.
Woof. Wet
It's a-
ass pussy.
Oh, is that like pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, it just makes me giggle.
I like the Ben Shapiro remix myself.
I've
that
never
was
heard
the
it.
best version.
Yeah.
Dude, can you play us a
Oh.
clip? Do you have a clip?
I'll have to pull it up. Tell me a story and I'll look it up.
All the pots head.
So there I was, balls deep in Little Red Park.
What?
Yeah.
It's quite a ride.
But where were we at?
I don't know.
So,
So Brittany and I, we've known each other for a long time, and about every story I start with is one time I was balls deep in Little Red Park, and then the randomness comes out.
yeah. Well, I guess the coolest thing that happened to me not cool. It was not cool. It pissed me off.
Yes.
I decided I was cocky enough with my roping skills, and I am not a very good roper at
Is this
all.
when Pickle ropes the bull?
No, it's not. This is when I tried to kill that yearling.
Oh, God.
Anyways, yeah. If anybody had seen me, they would have thought they should have called the cops on me. Anyways, so I see this foot rot yearling, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna doctor it. I was on a horse I felt pretty good about roping off of. I should have known in the first 30 seconds that when that yearling was taking my dogs, I should not have had that on the end of my rope. Anyways, I caught him on the second loop.
That doesn't make you feel good.
Catching him on the second loop?
No, when something fucking comes at you, like that's a fight, man.
Yeah, but I should have thought ahead. I'm like, do I really want that evil, mean asshole on the end of my rope? No, but I did it anyways.
Matt, what's more fun, the loop or playing the line?
Oh, I don't know. They're both pretty damn good, but I do like a good fight.
Riding your horse. Riding your horse is best.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Well, I'll have to be honest, this fight was awful. Anyways, he ducked through the trees on me, and it's a pretty thick, quaky stand, and so I let my rope go and ended up catching it, and he ducked down into the creek bottom, went in the willows, and of course he went down and crossed into the fence on the ranch that's down at the bottom of my pasture system. Anyways, had to go around, find a gate, and then find him again in the willows. And then I had to drag him out.
Find a gate.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a fight in itself. And then I decided this bastard, and he had one nut to top it off, so I think that was part of his pissy problem.
God, I wish we could find him again.
I know exactly where he's at.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways, so I decided to hell with doctoring him. I just wanted my rope back because I'm cheap and I can't afford another rope. Anyways, I'm not handy enough with a rope just yet. Oh no. And I keep trying, I keep getting better, but whatever. Anyways, I couldn't throw my slack around him enough because I couldn't get close enough to him because he'd take my horse every time. And of course my horse was like, screw this, I'm getting out of that zone. And so she'd run back to a certain distance and I couldn't throw my slack around him to get him tied up. And then he'd follow me anytime I tried to run around him. So I was like, whatever. I got him into some trees, wrapped him up, and I got him so I could try to tail him down. Got him down and was trying to catch his feet for my tie string and bucked me off. Got back up, wrapped him around the trees some more, and I choked him out. And as he was dying, I tied his feet up, jerked my rope off, and kick him in the head. And he goes, comes alive again. And I was pretty sure my tie string would come undone. So I was like, to hell with you, I'm leaving. And I didn't come back down in that spot because the majority of my cows were not there. Like, he was the only thing I had down where he was at. So I didn't come back for a while. And my tie string did not come off. Anyways, the poor sucker got really sucked down on his legs. And so he had some pretty nasty rope burns. And of course, that day that I saw him, I was on a colt, my boyfriend's colt, and I hadn't roped off of her yet. I was like, well, we're going to live or die today. And she held that thing like she'd been doing it all her life. Anyways, he came and hit her in the chest a couple times. She just backed up, put tension on that rope and wrapped him up, got my tie string off. And I said, good luck. Hope the bears eat you.
How many times did you cuss during this whole thing?
Oh, I was pretty hot. I was, yeah. To top it off, my stepdad was driving up the road when I first roped him, and we all have radios, and my stepdad's in charge of that. He asked me what camp I was at because he needed to come work on my antenna. Anyways, and I was like, well, I'm down here and I can see you. Do you have a four-wheeler? He said, no. Why? Well, I kind of need some help. And he's like, I can't help you, sorry. Anyways, that's my story. Do you have a fun roping story, Bailey?
I don't think so.
Uh-oh, we lost you.
There's some whores. Here's some lyrics. You ready? I'm Marquis. Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. wet ass P word. Make that pull-out game weak.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass
hey, Doc,
P
Jen,
word.
did
Do
you see the
everything
thing
you've
dance?
got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up and cut your charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Wipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to fry. I do a kegel, side to side. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet, come take a dive. It continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like a lot more vulgar. Talk your S word, bite your lip, ask for a call while you ride that D. You really ain't never gonna ask him for a thing. He already made his mind up 40K. Now get your boots and your coat for the sweat ass P word. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass P word. Right, so this is deep, guys. This is what feminists fought for. This is
that was one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god.
Well, you can't always just listen to Dave Stamey when you're out riding. So I mean, yeah.
By God, you damn sure can.
Yeah, but you run out of songs when you're out there all day long. Like we are, at least Bailey is.
Yeah, that's true. No, I listen to well, mostly podcasts, but my music playlist is all over the board.
Yeah.
A lot of 90s rap.
Eminem's my hero. Well, not my hero, but I like his music.
Fuck rap.
It's all good. It's all good. To each their own. To each their own. Well, where the fuck did Casey go to?
He and Rachel are smoking a
Is he
cigarette.
pooping his pants?
Yeah.
Oh.
I in there. You know, it's
right,
all right.
Did you
smoke
poop your
cannabis,
pants?
but fuck that cigarette shit.
Hey, Matt, do you speak a little bit of the Spanglish?
Poquito.
Tu fumar le pluma siempre, ¿sí?
You got the match.
Nope.
Smoking. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, that's about as far as you got.
Fumar is lighter or match.
No, Fumar's smoke.
Yeah, I don't know much. Yeah, it's like fire.
Yeah. Hey,
Matt
don't
tends to like
fake it till you make it. Don't do
Yeah.
that shit.
And no, you face it till you make it. That's kind of what it is.
Don't do that. Fake it till you make it.
I just got the looks. I didn't get any of the language skills.
Man, Brittany and
I just look really Mexican.
Man, that mustache was doing it for you. I gotta say, when you made the Karen fucking apple ivermectin fucking video, I was like, "Damn, Matt is really letting that stash go, man."
Yeah, it was. I had to.
He's got a double
it back.
stash. Like it's a big old stash going down here, and then he's got these two little curlies going down, like trying to make the double stash.
What's that Nevada deal?
Yeah, that is a Nevada thing.
It's just lack of hygiene mostly. Just don't mess with it, and it does weird shit.
Don't talk to us.
Just let
about
it go.
hygiene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
You're like, I think I found a bear kill. Oh.
And then you got.
I haven't been in town for a week.
My girlfriend asked me, she's like, "I don't smell like dead cow, do I?" little bit, honey.
Or you go, I can smell myself. Can you smell me?
No, I smell myself. I can't smell you. We either come here to the Pack Center or we go to one of the lodges at either end of Union Pass Road. I know the lodge owners at both ends. I was adopted by both of them because I'm a broke motherfucking cowboy. But John's just a cool son of a bitch. The shower at the lodge at Crooked Creek, that's a bad motherfucker right there. That makes you forget about all your woes of cow camp for about 5 minutes.
Stacking some up, staking them. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, miss.
See,
I got a tub.
yeah, and Bailey has running water when her string is working.
When cows
So-
gonna walk over it.
She just has to build a fire underneath her cast iron tub, and she's got a hot tub.
Did Todd ever tell you the story behind
Oh
that tub?
shit!
He put it up there, didn't he?
Yeah, he brought it from the Moore
Moore
Ranch.
Ranch?
Yeah, he brought it up from the Moore Ranch pickup and hauled it up there. Doc's like, I helped. Man, I was so jealous of Doc. Doc and I straight up did a sweat lodge, and a little bit of green shit might have been smoked afterwards. But man, I got out of that lodge. I put my fucking I toweled off, put my clothes on, and I died. I fell asleep on that fucking lawn for what, an hour and a half?
Yep.
Oh man, is that pie?
No, it's
Oh, thank
Bailey's.
Bailey's pie. Don't. Man, you looked at me so longingly. Oh my! This one.
So was
is
it like an actual
dessert.
Indian sweat lodge or
No, it was.
Damn right it was.
No,
Fuck, you think we got that?
hell yeah, brother! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother! No, it was a straight up tarp over the willows kind of shit. He went and cut the willows. We had to find green willows because willows got acetaminophen in them, like the same shit, like aspirin and all that. And when it sweats, it gives it off, and that's part of the sweat lodge thing. Well, like we went out, and we're stumbling around, dumbass motherfucker. Well, I mean, we weren't really drunk by this point, but we're running around cutting these willows, and he's like, "We gotta stack these on the inside." And man, he got them rocks way too fucking hot. That is all I got. Man, he was dumping water, and he's like, "Man, I'm pretty hot." Yeah, me too. I'm gonna dump some water on them sons of bitches. But it was a good time, and his experience I'm never gonna forget. But man, I took one hell of a nap.
Yeah, you poor fuckers ain't experienced it.
Man, it'll knock you on your ass, but when you wake up from that nap, you're like it's fucked up. You feel really goddamn good. Like
You'll never know.
Huh?
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
I was gonna make a sweat lodge out of the little little building in my cross. I was gonna put a tarp on the inside, build a sweat lodge in it. Man, I'd do some badass shit because the river's right there, and you can jump in the river when you're done.
Yeah, but you'll never know.
I already know. I was there.
Casey.
Oh, he gave me.
That's
Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Don't even hand me pie.
Ladies first.
Did
We
you
should serve
dirty?
Thought it was bold before beauty, man. That was pretty good.
That was slick.
That
was
pretty
slick.
fucked up. Man,
So you guys are off the mountain by the 13th, and then what's your plans from there?
So technically, we're not technically done until the November 1st,
Right.
but we can get out a little bit ahead.
Okay.
But Rachel, what are your plans so far?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I was supposed to be headed to New Mexico, but I might be staying up this way. Not really sure, but we'll see. Let's see how many sticky bowls are up there and fucking whore cows left. So
Yeah.
even the dry cows don't tend to hang out. It's just the bulls, and yearlings.
Stupid yearling.
Every now and then you'll find a dumbass yearling that just finds them out a little hidey hole, and sometimes you have to ski them across the river.
The last week I was there,
Yeah.
I found a couple yearlings kind of close to my horse pasture. I stuck them in my horse pasture.
Hauled them down.
Next morning they were dead.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The fucking he caught two yearlings.
Mountain
Yeah, he caught two yearlings in the fucking pastures got eaten, and one of them escaped, and the other one got eaten.
Well, Bailey, what are you doing now that you
Shit.
mouth full of pie?
I'm going to Hay Springs, Nebraska to start colts all winter. So.
Nah.
Casey, where you going?
Nebraska.
I'm going back to the good old fucking 4M and go ride pins. We don't have no fucking Holsteins. We got some undercover Holsteins though.
Them beef builders.
Yeah,
Those
they're
Those
no, they're not lemon.
crossbreds.
Yeah, they're not lemon joes. They're like they're Angus cross. But every one of them's got a white foot or a star on its head or a snip on its nose. And
White belly.
yeah, and then
They
you
act
find,
worse than Holsteins.
Man, these motherfuckers, like, you find every other pin in the bunk. So the boss, like, in the morning, he's like, all right, anybody riding from this pin to this pin? He says, make sure you look in the bunks and replace the pins. And I was like, I don't carry a hammer on my horse. Fucking, like, I got, and when you go to pull
those
motherfuckers, they're about, you do have a heart. No, but whenever you go to pull one of them some bitches, and if it don't go, and you go to rope it, it doesn't give up. Like, you can drag them fuckers out the gate, but every goddamn one behind you is following you.
I know every one of them's jumping over your fucking rope and everything. Yeah.
Oh fuck, I hate it.
It's it gets gnarly.
Yeah.
You don't drive a Holstein, you lead it.
Yeah, you don't drive a Holstein.
Yeah. The best way to pull a pin of Holsteins is just to rope one right at the gate.
Sack. Yeah.
Let him beller and then
I take extra pleasure in giving those oxygen deprivation. You know, like they're just assholes.
It's funny how important air is.
Yeah, I meant air. So who would have thought it was so important?
I guess I'm going to a feedlot too, and over the eastern side of the mountains. So.
Oh, where are you going?
Probably wood.
Okay.
This is a badass pie.
Yeah, still in Wyoming, or are you?
Yeah, it'll be Worland, Wyoming, so it'll be kind of like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Cody.
Okay. Right on. And then you guys going back out in the spring, huh?
Yeah, I think so. All of us.
Right on. It's a hell of a life.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a hell of a life, but it's pretty tough. What Dan Bruce once said, it's a hell of a life if you don't weaken.
Yeah. Don't weaken. If I had a quarter for every time I heard that, I'd have like $7.
And you wouldn't have been bucked off so many times.
No, I'd have still been bucked off, but I'd have had $7.
$7. So what's the worst horse wreck you guys ever had? Matt, you start this one, man. I want to hear the worst horse wreck we've all had.
You know, I haven't had that many bad wrecks. Like, I've had some bad, like, bad pukes, but like I've never been in a real bad wreck on a horse. Like, I've been in some real sketchy situations, and I've been pretty goddamn lucky. Like, there was that red dun that I had. Well, my dad raised him, and he just had some fucking wires crossed in his head, because that was just a like eye roll up in the back of his head and fucking run type of horse, you know. And I had he fell down with me, slipped on a piss spot or something. No, I think it was pretty slick that day. And he slipped, fell down, and I hung a stirrup, and he drugged me for about 4 strides before I got my foot kicked loose, and that could have been really, really bad, because I would have just smashed my head on the gate post as he went out the gate. But you know, I got kicked loose, and there's been a couple of times like that, but I've never had any real big wrecks. It was pretty goddamn cool watching that stupid dun motherfucker run into the gate that was attached to like a great big log chain too, and just watch it like catapult him back into the alley. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that immensely. Then I was like, thank God I wasn't on that prick. You know?
Oh fuck, man! It's like, have you ever got mad at a horse and wish you had like an instant tranquilizer? Like you just shoot him and watch him drop, but you don't
I
hate
would
him.
have walked home alone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate him enough to ever kill him, but
No.
by God, I'd like to see him lose some fucking skin off their nose.
It's
Like the hard
like when
catch
like you take those all flex taggers and you hit a kef like right in the kill spot. You hit them with those taggers just right, they'll just go knocks them out for like a good 30-45 seconds. It's
I like
pretty
it.
fun.
I like
Some
a
of them
hatchet
get
handle
up a
myself.
little punch drunk.
Yeah, I'm more Max Handle fan myself.
Yeah, you just give them a little pop and they just go. Yeah,
Well, you're talking about them
it's
red.
good. I don't know what
ones, the good ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
The
the
one's
steel inside.
still made in America.
Yeah, the good ones. Them motherfuckers don't break, especially when you throw them at somebody.
Yeah.
No, the ones with the plastic on the inside though, fuck. You
Right.
can't hit
No.
very many kevs with those. They don't last.
Two or three. All right, Brittany, you got to give us your horse rep.
Okay, well, I'm not the horseman that Casey and Bailey are for sure. And so I haven't had as many horse wrecks as I've been riding, like in comparison percentage wise. So I know I'm going to die in a horse wreck. The worst I can think of was I was in college and I was going home with my gal friend every weekend. And just because her parents had a ranch fairly close by, and she's like, "Hey, you want to come and ride? Go work." I was like, "Yes." Beer's involved, so I actually drank my first beer with her ever because I was a sheltered child. Anyways, so I was working for her parents most that spring on the weekends, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you a horse since you've been working all this. Just finish working her off." And I picked this big 7-year-old mare. She had like one ride on her. Anyways, she's a nice paper red dun mare, built like a brick shit house. Anyways, I had her in the round crowd. I did all the groundwork and stuff on her, and my friend's like, "Yeah, you need to get out of there." Anyways, had her bitted up for an hour or so, something like that. And it was close to dinner time. Needed to just get on her and call it quits. And so I just rode her around this pen she'd never been in before. She takes off down it, and it's rectangular, not terribly big, and just puts on the brakes, and I go head over heels under this gate. And I was like, all right, whatever, let's try it one more time. And she did the same exact thing, and she's big enough I couldn't pull her around. And my friend, being the great gal that she is, she's like, "We're gonna snub that bitch up," because she watched the whole episode. Anyway, snubbed her up to this big old gray mare, and I get on, got my night latch on, everything, and this horse cuts in two at the first step, even though she's snubbed up to this bigger gray horse. I go up high enough, and I lead with my head. My head hit the ass of that gray horse and gave me a black eye, flat out. And so I was sobbing because I'm a pansy like that, and everybody else is drunker and skunks, and somebody's like, "I'm gonna ride that bitch," and she shouldn't be doing that, whatever. Anyways, they get on her and they ride her the piss out of her, still snubbed up, and she's just shaking and sweating. And I get on her, ride her around, and called it good. Anyways, next couple rides on her was fine, still in a corral. And my friend's dad is like, "Take her out in the arena," snubbed up. We just make first 2-3 steps, and she cuts in two again, and I'm pretty sure my cheek hit her pole, and I'm pretty sure I fractured my cheekbone. Anyway,
at some point you'd figure you'd learn to lean back.
Or just not ride her.
I mean,
well, and that was the last time I rode her because summer came and my stepdad said, "Get rid of that horse." And so yeah, that was that. Cool looking horse though. Anyways, Casey, your turn.
Believe it or not, the kind of horses I ride, you'd believe there'd be worse. But I've really not had like a tore me up horse wreck. Like yeah, I've been falling on. I've had shit go like ass over tea kettle, but Like, knock on wood, there's never been really anything terrible. But the most memorable horse fuck up I can ever remember is, do you know the horse Riata?
Yeah.
So I had this little bay horse that one of my friends owned, and she was bred to the hilt, but she was just like a little tiny 14-year-old Hellcat. This horse bucked harder than any horse I will ever step on ever again. And I like, the bitch didn't live long enough to buck me off, but I never got bucked off her. But you know that feeling on the trampoline when you get double jumped and your gut goes in your throat and you're like, I'm going to die when I come back down? Yeah, that's the feeling I had when she bucked, because it was so freaking high up in the air. But she was probably the coolest horse I've ever started. Yeah. She ended up getting killed by a grizzly bear in Montana. But
oh no shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up deal. But back to the wreck. So, man, she told the girl had told me, yeah, we've rode her a couple times, and you know, she's all right, like she's not terrible. And then after I rode her a couple days, she's like, okay, maybe we rode her a couple times, none successful. And so the first day I go to step on this horse and I cheek her around, and I read everything the first few times in a hackamore, but no matter what it is, because they don't know what the fuck a bit is, so there's no use in trying to fight them. Well, I go to cheek this bitch up, and she goes bouncing off the feed bunks, and I'm thinking I'm gonna die. And every week we would go down and we'd do a pin move. Well, she'd buck down the alley and bounce off the bunks, which thankfully were kind of newer bunks and pretty high, and I'd never fall in them. But I'd go down and then I'd try to make her close gates. Well, one day I reached down for the gate and she wouldn't step over, and I poke her with my spur, and she goes, that fucking horse held her breath until she passed out. And I watched that horse's eyes roll back in her head, and she got stiff as a board and just bop on her side. And I could not believe it. And I'm like, I just killed her. I thought she just laid over and died. Like, this horse like out like a light. Fell over right on my side. Legs pinned, like on my rope side. And I'm freaking out. And I'm riding with the Mexicans. So there's the white side, the brown side. Well, yo habla español. So yo habla español. Fucking loud. Yeah, I'm on the fucking Mexican side, man. So I got the Mexican guys with me. And Jaimito comes up and he's like, oh shit, you okay? Bala, drunk as fuck already, 9 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, oh, hey, your horsey fall, you know? And Jaime jumps off and goes to grab this horse by the halter, because I was riding her in like a loping hack. He goes to grab her by it, and this bitch all of a sudden comes awake, and my foot's caught in the rope. So this horse is fucking jet deck Colonel Freckles bred. She's good for speed. We make it about 5 steps down, and she falls. And my foot comes out of all the shit, but as she goes to fall, it catapults me over the horse. And I go flying about 30 feet further than the horse falls. And the horse gets up and just standing there shaking. And I wound up getting out of it without just scratches. I don't know how, but it was the stupidest, I don't know, horse wreck, but that was probably the worst one. And that's probably the worst it'll ever be. Like, it's not.
Oh, that's wild.
I hope.
I've never had one do that.
Well, I've never seen a horse faint. I've never seen a horse faint.
I haven't either. I saw. Yeah.
Speed faints.
I'm not familiar with.
You got to watch it now.
Not familiar with it. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I did. I was riding this pen of I don't know, they're like 6-weight heifers, something like that. Pretty new. And I rode through the gate, turned around, shut it, and as I was like shutting the gate rod, I just heard this like, and then this like turn around just in time to watch this heifer fall over and like do the death quiver and die. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is not a good start to the day.
Wait. Was this as you were going in or out of the pit?
When I was going in.
Okay, because if it was going out, I was going to start questioning your abilities.
Yeah, no shit. No, it was one like I rode up and I was like, I'm gonna pull that one at the tank first thing, and yeah, as I was shutting the gate, she just like fell over dead. God damn it! I forget what that one was, but it was.
I've had them die in the alleyway.
Like something weird.
You pull them and they're like, they won't even make it to like the first corner, and you're like, we'll leave him.
Get the payloader.
Yeah, get the loader. Just bring the loader in the 12 gauge. It'll be all right.
So Bailey, what was your worst wreck?
I hear
I
this.
don't know.
Are you splitting away?
I've had lots of horses flip over on me backwards, but that's not really too bad. I actually had a horse. I was working for a ranch back in Colorado and was riding one of their Appy mares, so the Appy's got a real short tail most of the time. And they're like, oh yeah, she's good for the hunters and everything, but don't get a rope under her tail. Well, we got up a ways, we were packing some hunters in and had to go catch the draft horses to pull the wagon up the hill. And I ran out there and I only had one halter, so I caught one and then the other one wouldn't follow, so I took my rope down and made a halter out of it and led him, and I got probably 20 yards from the other hunters, and that horse went to freak out when I dropped the rope to the guy that was supposed to catch her, and he took off around the other side of this Appy mare. Well, that rope got stuck under her tail, and she didn't like that, and she split in two, and my rope caught the horn and spider webbed over top of me and drug me off my horse.
Oh shit!
Oh wait, was this the one that Wyatt was telling me about?
I don't think so.
I
Yeah, she was not happy about that, and luckily once I hit the ground, that rope freed up, but I almost got drugged right there.
Oh.
It's like the worst feeling in the world is rope getting drugged.
Probably that one, and then my good horse, last year he got in a real bad wreck, was closing a wire gate on him, and the guy I was with didn't tell me there was a culvert behind me, and went to back him up a step, and he stepped off the back of that culvert and flipped over backwards in a big hole, and he got stuck in there. And yeah, there's an H brace to my left, a willow to my right, and a cattle guard behind me, so he was stuck in there. And luckily I could keep him calm for a while. We had to cut the H brace and tie him up with a tow strap and drag him out with the pickup to get him out of there. He's just now he's been out for almost a year and a half, and he's just now getting back into riding.
Shit.
That one was
How'd
pretty
your saddle
bad.
end up?
Oh, it was good. I just unclipped it right there and freed him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we pulled him out there, he was so shaken up that I was holding him because I took off the bridle too, and I was just holding him, and he tried to take off and hit the end of that rope and just wiped him out again and landed right on that same side again.
Ouch.
Yeah, he came out of that with 5 broken ribs, muscle dysplasia, and a damaged nerve.
And she rode him the other day.
Shit.
Yeah, and he's been out since then, and it's been over a year and a half, and I finally just went, he's still in Colorado, and I finally went and grabbed him and brought him up here 2 weeks ago and rode him 26 miles the other day, and he didn't take a lame step, so there's hope.
There you go. That's a pretty good circle.
Yeah, he's still got a big indent on his side. You can definitely tell that it's not right, but as long as he's sound.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
It's it, and I like Rango. He's pretty cool. I put the Colt in there with him, and he thought he was big shit. The Colt didn't want to fuck with the bad man.
What about you, Rich?
I think I have a lot of like exciting wreck stories. I learned that like once you turn 30, when you fall off, you break. So a couple years ago, I was riding hens down in Greeley, and friend lent me a horse, and it was an older horse that he still needs ridden. He'd be a great weekend horse for you. I said, all right. But he was a shitter from the Navajo reservation, and I'd seen him hog off a few times, but I mean, I'd ridden him outside, and he sure took care of me, and was getting him shot up, and someone said, "Gosh, you look tired," and so they hot nailed him, and I gave him a few days. It wasn't a big deal. So I'm going Saturday morning to go in my first pen, and it's real foggy, and there's another rider who are splitting that side that day, and he never saw what happened, and so pen of stinking Holsteins, and of course they got it all watered out by the gate, and the rest of the pen is ice. And so I kind of got to spur him through the gate. He's acting weird, and I kind of get out of my saddle, kind of look back and make sure that gate rod's in, because I don't want go chase Holsteins all over the place. And he jumped up to the other side, and then I looked back, and he was standing on ice, and I don't know what happened, but I wasn't even in my saddle, so he just one jumped me. I flew, landed on my shoulder, and he's bucking over top of me, and I watch him keep going, and I go to get back on my horse, and I go to pull the back of the saddle with my right hand, and that hurts really bad. So I pull with my left hand, and it hurts more, and it's like, oh shit. So I'm sitting there because the other guy can't see me, for like 10 minutes trying to open this gate rod with one hand because I can't move my other one. And I finally get out, and I had to have surgery. My shoulder separated, and I had kind of another similar story I broke my pelvis with a Mustang. So now my motto is, I don't buy it or ride it if it was born in the wild. I don't care what anyone says.
Not everybody's
Yeah.
born a legend.
I'm just too many wrecks.
Those Mustangs are a different
horse.
deal.
They're
So this is that's our deal. We like the Stangos.
And it's not so much, we didn't choose the staying life, it chose us, or at least for me. It was just the horse I was riding, and she turned out to work really well with me, and I got bribed to come back another summer and got her as my bonus. So
Yeah, but I have to tell the story of the first time she rode this horse. You'll live. So I rode this horse, we get these horses from the Honor Farm when we worked at the ladder. We're talking about Mustangs. Doc's disgusted. So we get these horses from the Honor Farm. They got 15, 20 rides on them. They do the little stuff on them, but they're mostly, okay for most people. But
some are better than others.
Yes. So at the time, I was not the horseman I am now. Like I have a lot of education in between the last time I rode her horse and now. And me and this horse just absolutely did not get along. Like me and that horse clashed like fucking oil and water. We were not a good mix. And I knew she wasn't a bad horse. We just didn't get along. And one day Brittany wanted to ride a young.
So everybody was going,
the
and my horses were getting shoes, and the other horses that I had been riding, the kids were riding, because I had hurt my back 2 years prior. I had a herniated disc, and I'd had surgery that December, and so I was terrified to hurt myself again because I couldn't ride before that surgery for more than 2 hours at a time. Like, I thought my life was over. So I was riding the kids' horses. Well, the kids' horses were gone. So this horse that Casey put 3 rides on was the only thing left in the corral. And I'll admit, I was pretty scared of her because she was just twirling around while I was trying to get on. And Casey actually came over, swung up on her, said, "Yeah, she's fine, get on her." And got on her. We went to work. Within 4 hours, she was a whole different horse.
But
And
in the moment of her wanting, like, getting on this horse, my dear friend was very emotionally distraught, and she was very worried that she was going to get on this horse and get turned into a lawn dart. Poor girl was crying, and I felt bad about it, but I was very, very proud of her. And to see where that horse was then on that day, and to see the things that she's done now on that horse, I am very proud of both her and the horse. Like they have both grown as working individuals so much, and I'm very proud of them both.
Well,
Seriously.
And she's my go-to horse. If you want to sort, if you want to rope, do anything, she's it. I think Casey said he'd thrown 2 loops off of her the 3 times that he rode her.
Yeah, just fucking around.
And so I pretty much taught her how to rope, and I don't rope worth a darn. And we taught each other, and now that horse tracks a calf. Like, she just started tracking, and I was over helping Rachel one day. Had some walking woundeds, and I kept missing loops, and that horse would just track, and I drop my hand on her neck, build my loop again, and throw, and you could see her eye at a dead run roll back up and look at me like I had it right there. This is your fault. But she's cool now, so
That's funny.
That must be a Mustang mare thing. Amy does the same shit. You get one good, let her get some agents run on her, man. You get one good shot.
No, Fancy kept setting me up.
She was working really good.
My mare, you get one, or you gotta help her, or you gotta steer her to the next one. I gotta say, this year was a year of growth for a lot of people. Like Bailey was a good roper when she started, but we were roping enough that she was really picking shit up, I'm probably more proud of her than she is of herself. But
Yeah.
she threw the most beautiful heel shot one day, and I was like, ah! But that was the day of the upward spiraling pigtail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I created a shot, and it's a catchable shot, man. It's called the upward spiraling pigtail. You just kind of build about a 15-foot loop, and you throw it up, and whatever it catches, it catches.
Uh-huh.
Well, I caught something, and she had to fix my fuck up. But she came up with just the nicest loop, and she was like, I think she was more shocked that she had done 2 feet like that. It's like, I cheered more than she did.
We're talking about significant others fixing their fuck ups. So my boyfriend and I started dating last year.
She can't see you.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
But you're purty.
And anyways, the second time he came out to visit me up at camp, and I was just about to rotate into the last pasture, and we had 800 head of cows moving south, and I was like, I have to run up to the head and make sure they don't turn off. And all those calves in the back were trying to run back. Anyways, so I come back, and he is in the middle of my herd, and everything's scattering. And I'm like, what?
God, I remember you telling
I
me.
was pretty upset because everything was lost. Anyways, he was just throwing his rope at stuff, just like some people do, just trying to get him to go. Well, he caught a calf, and instead of letting his rope go and us getting it back later, he tried to get it himself. And for some reason, and it was a big calf. I don't think he'd ever roped off of that horse before. And
Darla?
No, it was Duke.
Really?
Yeah. And so it was a clusterfuck, and I ended up roping him, and I was on pickles.
The speed demon.
Yeah, the speed demon. I've got this big old Mustang that I've been riding for somebody, and he's not he's bomb proof. That horse needs
Looks like a giraffe.
He couldn't catch a cold.
Yeah. Anyways, I went up, caught this calf, and we got him taken down. But anyways, that was one of those moments. My boyfriend was like, "Is she gonna dump me?" And I was like, "Am I gonna dump him?"
We had to dump him over this.
Oh shit. Oh.
Luckily,
Well,
I
fuck,
did my fuck up. We were
that's
pretty
as
close
good
to where
a
we were going.
that's as good of a spot as any to end it. That's shit. We've been going almost 2 hours, so
Jesus.
Yeah.
And we're not that
thanks.
exciting.
No, yeah, we're not very exciting. Except for the wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it anyways. So, you guys got anything you want to shout out or whatever?
Y'all need Colts Road. I need to ride them.
Bailey's looking for horses too.
Yeah.
How do they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Facebook, Casey Howell. I'm on the TikTok too. You can find me on TikTok and fucking Facebook. That's about it. Casey Howell on Facebook, and I don't remember. I think it's just Casey Howell on TikTok too.
I do leather
Bueno.
work. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
Maybe you froze. Oh, okay, there we go. So I do leather work as well. I'm not as great as some of the other people on here,
She's
but
pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I'm still learning. But it's Square Top Leather and Design on Facebook. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Bailey, you got Instagram or anything for
That's
Colts?
Facebook.
Yeah. All right. Well, where the hell is it? Tell them
We
who you
did.
are on
We
Facebook.
did attack. Could we make a thing so we could put everyone's information on it?
Yeah.
So,
If Casey's got your number, he could just text you all our information and you can get a hold
Yeah.
of us then.
Well, no, like
Alright, sounds good.
this is more for the people listening on the shit, so they
Yeah.
can go through and look for you. So yeah, all right. Just look for Bailey Bowles at Facebook. That's about the easiest thing you can find her at. I'm not answering for you.
Why
I'm
no?
answering with you.
we'll tag our stuff on your deal.
I feel
there
like
and
we're
people can
we're
find us that way.
watching. There we go. I feel like we're watching like couples therapy over here.
You know
Yeah.
what? We're working on it. You just leave us alone. Unless he's like, just like, oh, man.
Hey. No judgies. No judgies.
I'm not judging, but I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks y'all for stopping by. This was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And Casey, sign us off, buddy.
What the fuck? Why are you asking? How the hell do we sign off this shit?
You don't know how to yeah, you do.
Oh, burning daylight. Move your ass.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.